Greetings, guys. I'm going to discuss the types of price elasticity of demand. And First, I wanted to introduce that there are five types of price elasticity of demand. One is called elastic demand, where the elasticity value is greater than one. Then there is unit elastic demand, where the elasticity value is equal to one. Then there is this inelastic demand, where elasticity value is less than one. And then there are extreme cases such as perfectly inelastic demand where elasticity value is zero, and then perfectly inelastic demand in which case the elasticity value is infinitely high. So we're going to start with two extreme cases first, then we're going to discuss other three categories. So one of the extreme case is perfectly inelastic demand. So here we see this is a product where uh, whether the product was selling for $5 a piece or the product became $10 a piece, still that the quantity demanded is unchanged at let's say seven pieces. So quantity demanded did not change here at all, although price has changed. Price almost doubled here, but quantity is same. So what we saw here is change in price, a positive change in price did not have any change in quantity. So, so the quantity demanded change was zero. And when the numerator is zero, then the whole thing is zero, right? So that is why we said for the perfectly inelastic demand, elasticity value is zero. Now, what kind of product will display this kind of behavior? I would say life-saving drug. Imagine maybe a patient needs one shot a day, so they need the demand is like 7 shots a week. So in that kind of life-saving situation, then whatever the price is, that person need one shot a day, 7 shots a week. So in that case, there will be no change in quantity demanded if it's that kind of life-saving product or that kind of necessary product, right? Second extreme category is perfectly elastic demand. So in this case, let's say it's a homogeneous product in a perfectly competitive marketplace where everybody is selling the same product for $5 a piece. And consumers are aware of it, that the market price is $5. So if consumers are aware of something that price is $5, then if any attempt to charge more, customers are gonna go away. They're not gonna buy from the guy who's charging $6 or $5.50, anything else. So they just will go away. So that means in this kind of situation, even a slightest change in price will trigger a huge amount of flight away from that seller. So demand will almost go away, and that gives you a uh, so price essentially can't really change from in this kind of situation. So that gives this kind of uh, infinite situation, right? That gives this infinite situation, and so now what kind of product may display this kind of situation where price cannot change at all, right? So the product that belongs to a competitive market where everybody else is selling the same product at a fixed price and everybody knows about the market price, that kind of product will show this kind of perfectly elastic demand, that no change in price. And if you change, customers are gone. That will give this huge uh, value, this huge uh, value of elasticity, right? And then other three categories, one of them are inelastic demand. So inelastic demand is kind of like, let's say this kind of situation observed in essential products such as toothpaste, maybe bread, basic stuff that people need it every day, like cooking salt, etc., where we see that the percent change in quantity demanded is less than percent change in price, and therefore the denominator is larger than numerator. The numerator is this one. This is smaller than the denominator. So numerator change is smaller than the denominator change, that when you get a less than 1 value, right? So inelastic demand has price in elasticity demand value is less than 1. So for example, if price changes by 10% and quantity demanded changes by, let's say, 5%. So again, the numerator is smaller than denominator, you'll get a less than 1. So a cooking salt can be 10% more expensive, but still you need what you need. So maybe you will buy almost as much amount, or even if you cut back, not whole lot, or toothpaste or bread, whatever that is. These are the things you kind of buy at a certain amount, and you are not going to dramatically change that because of the price change. These are the product has not much substitute or not much alternative, but you need them. Not much alternative to cooking salt, right? Not much alternative to toothpaste, right? Etc. Etc. Not many alternative to sunscreen, etc. You can imagine. But then other kind, the elastic demand kind product where there are a lot of alternative available. So let's say breakfast cereal. So if the cereal is expensive, then the consumer can go to bread, bagel, you know, roti, noodles, congee, you know, so many other options, sandwich, etc., etc. So the product that has a lot of alternative, then you will see a little change in price can trigger a lot of change in quantity demanded. So for example, if price of a product, price of a cereal, let's say change 5%, then customers may switch to other food alternative, other breakfast alternative. So let's say 10% customers left as a result of cereal being expensive, and they changed their loyalty and joined and adopted other breakfast alternative. So then what will happen? It will be numerator is greater than denominator, so that's greater than 1, right? That's why we say for elastic products, the elasticity value is greater than 1. And then uh, the unit elastic part we wanted to discuss here is, I think we can discuss unit elastic part right here. Unit elastic situation is referred to a situation where it's kind of like if if a product was $10 a piece, let's say uh, it was sold 50 pieces sold, and it's now $5 a piece and 100 pieces sold. So then what kind of situation is that? So that means in this case your percent change in price and percent change in quantity are same. So if your numerator and denominators are same in magnitude, in percent change in this context, percent change sense in this context, then if the numerator and denominator are same, if the both are, let's say, 5%, price changes 5%, and as a result quantity demanded changes 5%, then what will happen? 5% divided by 5% is 1, or 10% divided by 10% is 1. So that's why we call this unit elastic, this case, where ED value is equal to 1. Elasticity value, elasticity of demand, price elasticity of demand value is 1. This is called unit elastic case, right? Unit elastic. So if you happen to find yourself selling a product that has unit elasticity, uh, then uh, then changing price will not increase or decrease your revenue, right? Looks like the whether you sell it at $10 a piece or $5 a piece doesn't matter. Your cash register will have, in this case, same amount of $500 in this case. So whatever the price is, your total revenue will be same if you are selling an unit elastic kind of product. But if you are selling an elastic kind of product, then what will be better for you? You have to sell it at a lower price to make more money. And if you are selling an inelastic kind of product, let's say a, a medical product that the patients need, so they don't have much option, or cooking salt or something essential, then if you sell at higher price, then the total revenue will increase. So, so as a seller, if you're aware of the price elasticity value of your product, and if you know how consumer behavior impacts price change, then you can strategize your pricing strategy if the revenue maximization is your goal. and just to let you know that there are multiple strategies of that, but that will be discussed on a separate video. Thank you so much. And if you have any question, please leave me a comment or shoot me an email. Thank you.